We always say that the unit manager is the most important position in a franchise organization, especially so in a multi-unit organization, because obviously if you only have one unit, you as a franchisee are more than likely running that one unit. But as you grow into a multi-unit organization, you're going to be having managers in the position of leadership in each of your units. And therefore, you're going to be delegating to them the responsibility of managing that business that could be a $500,000 business, a $1.5 million business. And so these men and women that are in charge of those units are going to be the ones that are going to determine through their knowledge, the experience, and their work, whether that unit is going to be successful at developing and producing the expected business and financial results. And that is why the unit manager position is such a critical position in a franchise organization. So as such, there are specifically 3 skills that they need to have to be able to be successful. If they master these 3 skills, they are more likely to be able to achieve the goals that you expect and you want out of your business. So in today's podcast, I want to share with you what those 3 specific skills are so that you can then compare those skills against your existing managers and see how good they are at each and every one of them. And if you see that there may be opportunities along the way, then you can then spend the time and the effort to give those managers those skills so that they can be successful at running your franchise business. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the first skill that they need to have to be able to be successful as a unit manager. And that is they need to have operational mastery. That means that they need to be experts at the brand that you invested in and knowing all of the procedures, all of the processes, and all of the systems that they need to implement them and their team every day to be successful. And so what does that look like in the business, every day? Obviously, first of all, they need to know what the standards are. They need to be able to tell you or execute and implement what are the standards that the brand has defined, and they have communicated through ops manual or a online training and guidance on what those standards are for the brand. And so they need to know what those standards are, and they need to be able to train the people in the team to execute those standards to the best of their abilities every single day. They also need to be able to have problem-solving skills, because even though they might be a very clear guidance on how to execute the brand, there are things that happen every day that might have them deviate from them. And so they being able to solve, problems ongoingly as things happen and guide the employees on how to find the best solutions is going to be a key skill that they're going to need to have to be able to, again, be operationally masters at the brand. And of course, quality control. They need to be able to audit that the quality control is there in every one of the executions and processes and procedures for that particular brand and the operations. And so they need to be able to have an eye to regularly walk through the unit, observe, and coach and guide the employees on how to do a great job with the standards so that the operations of the business, of the brand, is a top-notch, excellent execution. So that is the first skill that a successful unit manager must have to be able to manage the franchise unit. The second most important skill that a unit manager must have to be a successful unit manager is they need to have business management acumen. And this is something that I noticed through our training of unit managers. Is something that is actually missing, because many unit managers are focused on the day-to-day operations of the brand, the first skill, right? Operationally mastery. And many managers, if not all of them, are very good at that. They understand the brand and how to manage it operationally day in and day out. However, many of them are not clear as to how to manage the business and how that can produce the financial results of the business, the financial health of the business. And so here is where the business management acumen is so important that these managers have as a skill when it comes to running a unit manager. So what does that look like? So first of all, they need to understand the financials of a business. They need to understand that, that there's a break-even point. They need to understand that you need revenue to be able to then control costs to then produce the results and the profitability. They need to be able to understand how they have control over the controllable expenses and how they may not have control over the non-controllable expenses and what to do about it, like how to troubleshoot a problem in a financial result, and then how to be able to address it, train and coach and guide the team so that that financial result can become a positive one. Very, very important. Obviously, you do that through cost management. Be able to understand what causes waste in a particular expense and how to be able to affect it so that that waste is reduced, if not eliminated. Very, very important. If they know that, if they understand that they're not just managing a pizza store or a hair salon or a spa or a school, but they understand that they're managing a business and how to do that successfully and profitably, then they can be a successful unit manager. But like I mentioned, I noticed in many managers that we're training that a lot of them are focused more on the operational side of their job and not so much in the financial business side of the job. And this particular skill of the business management acumen is going to be critical for them to be successful at the role of unit manager. Which brings us to the third skill that a unit manager must have, and that is the skill of inspiring leadership. At the end of the day, everything that they do is through people. Everything they do is through people. And therefore, they need to be great at managing people. They need to be great at being able to inspire the people to do a great job. So that means that they need to have the skill to motivate the people. They need to be able to know how to encourage and motivate and inspire the people to do a great job every day. They need to be able to manage, conflict resolution and to be able to hear the people and be able to have conversations and be able to realign the people and unite the team into a common cause, which is the business. And along with that, they need to be able to identify who are the rising stars and who are the people that have potential and train and develop them and be able to coach them so that they can be the best version of themselves. Being able to be an inspiring leader is going to be critical to be successful as a unit manager. And so in conclusion, to be a successful unit manager, you need to have three very important distinct skills. And the first one is operationally mastery. The second one is financial business acumen. And the third one is to be an inspiring leader. If your unit manager has those three skills, they will be able to lead your unit, your franchise unit, and produce the results that you want and deserve out of them. But it is on you, business owner, Mr. Franchisee or Mrs. Franchisee, to provide that information to them. Yes, it's true that the franchisor will give you a lot of the tools for them to be able to become operationally masters. But when it comes to the leadership skills and the business acumen skills, here's where you as a franchisee need to come in and provide that guidance and that training, because most franchisors don't do that for several reasons. And so if you really want to have a successful, thriving franchise enterprise, being able to give your managers this knowledge, this training is going to be critical for that. Now, the good news is that you're not on your own. If this is something that you want to do, if it's something that you're committed to give your managers, here at the American Franchise Academy, we can be your allies and your partners in that journey. We have developed great training programs for unit managers so that they can have the knowledge, the skills, and the resources that they need to be excellent at unit management training. So if you'd like to learn more about our management training, all you need to do is visit us at www.americanfranchiseacademy.com and go to our programs, our managed program, and learn all about that, on how we can be the resource that can help you train your managers in being excellent at their job. So that's it for now. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.